Okay, picture this. You pull off the heist of the century. I mean, you've bypassed the laser grids, you've cracked impossible safes, and you walk right out of the Louvre with a king's ransom and jewels. But what if the plan was never to sell them? What if the real goal was something way more sophisticated? Well, that's the puzzle we're going to solve right now.
We're talking about a staggering $100 million. That was the value of the jewels stolen from the Louvre. I mean, it's almost hard to wrap your head around, right? An object of just immense beauty, incredible history, and obviously staggering financial worth.
And yet, the second those jewels left the museum, they became effectively worthless. Just like that. I mean, think about it. They're way too famous to sell, way too recognizable to fence off. No auction house, no private collector in their right mind would ever touch them. They're totally radioactive. So that leaves us to the big question, doesn't it? If you literally can't sell an item worth $100 million, why on earth would you go through all the trouble of stealing it? Well, the answer, it's going to change everything you think you know about high-level crime.
Okay, so to really get this, we have to throw out that whole Hollywood image of a thief, selling diamonds to the highest bidder. We need to look at this through a completely different lens. Yeah, this wasn't some random smash and grab. This was a cold, calculated, strategic financial acquisition. The people who did this, they're not just thieves. You should think of them more like fund managers operating in a shadow economy, and they just acquired their star asset.
And that asset has a very specific name, a name that is absolutely key to understanding this entire puzzle. It's called the Contrarian Asset.
So, let me break that down. Think of it this way. For the criminal underworld, this jewel isn't a piece of art anymore. Not at all. It's their version of a gold bar in a Swiss vault, or like a doomsday bunker in a crisis. It's a physical store of value that exists completely, 100% outside the legitimate system. And here's the really wild part. It's all about something called inverse correlation. See, in our world, right, we want our assets to grow when times are good. But in their world, this jewel actually becomes more valuable the more chaotic and unstable our world gets. A global crisis? For them, that's a bull market.
So, what exactly makes a stolen jewel like this so incredibly powerful? Well, it basically has three unique financial, let's call them superpowers, that make it the ultimate tool for the criminal elite.
Okay, first up, it's the perfect hedge against regular money, fiat currency. While central banks are printing more money and our cash is losing value to inflation every single day, this jewel, it's a one-of-a-kind physical object. Its scarcity is absolute. And get this, the very fact it can't be bought on the open market actually increases its value in that shadow world.
Second, it's a Sanctions Shield. Okay, imagine you're a sanctioned oligarch or a cartel boss. You can't use the normal banking system, right? Your assets can get frozen in a second. But $100 million in jewels? That fits in a briefcase. It has zero paper trail, and you can move it across borders, completely bypassing every single financial regulation out there. It's basically a ghost asset.
And this third one, it's pretty wild. It's called the Tiers of the State Premium. And here's how it works. The more the French government publicly freaks out, the more resources they pour into the search, the more this jewel becomes a legend. The state's own desperation basically acts as a free global marketing campaign, guaranteeing its mythic status and, you guessed it, its future value.
But okay, all of this leads to a pretty big paradox, right? How do you actually use an asset that you can't sell? Well, the solution to this problem, this is where the real genius of the plan comes in.
See, this is the absolute core of the strategy. It's not about finding a buyer in the way you and I think about it. It's about using the asset in a completely different kind of transaction.
This table really lays out the two completely different worlds this jewel now exists in. Just look at the price difference. A drug lord isn't going to pay $100 million in clean cash for it. No way. Instead, they might offer, say, $15 million, but it's dirty cash. So the thieves get a huge payday, and the drug lord gets to convert $15 million of traceable problematic cash into a $100 million untraceable asset. You see? It's not a sale, it's a money laundering vehicle, and it's one of the most efficient you could possibly imagine.
So yeah, this is definitely not about a quick flip. Not at all. This is a long-term strategic play, and it has a very clear two-part plan for getting the absolute maximum return.
Okay, first there's the collateral play. They can literally go to another criminal organization and say, hey, we need $20 million to fund a massive shipment. You hold on to these $100 million jewels as security. It's the ultimate bond in a world that has no courts. Then, part two, the exit.
Years later, when all the heat has died down, they arrange a quiet ransom through some intermediary. The museum gets its jewel back for a fraction of the value, and the thieves get a clean, pure profit payout. That's their exit strategy.
And this is the fundamental shift in thinking we really need to grasp here. To this new breed of criminal, the Louvre isn't an art museum. It's a bank. It's a bank filled with high-security, irreplaceable financial assets that are just waiting to be acquired. And that leads us to the truly chilling takeaway from all this. The very value and prestige that the French state gives its national treasures, that's exactly what makes them such powerful tools for its enemies. By creating an object of such immense desire, the state has, without meaning to, underwritten its value in the criminal world. A masterpiece of art has been turned into a weapon of finance.